Lydia Ko is one of the best professional golfers on the rise. The Korean-born New Zealander is only 25 and already has a career of 23 wins. The young golfer is just as interesting as her gleaming career, and today we'll tell you many of those facts about her. Keep watching to learn more about Lydia Ko. First things first, on number 1, we have her early background. Ko was actually born in Seoul, South Korea as Bo-kyung Lydia Ko on the 24th of April 1979. And when she was only 4 years old, the famous golf player immigrated to New Zealand. It wasn't long until she became a citizen of the country at age 12. Tina Hyun, Ko's mother, admitted that the family was originally headed somewhere different before settling in New Zealand. Her parents wanted to move to North America and settle in Canada. But something made Ko's mother change her mind. Hyun ended up choosing Australia next, but the country didn't appeal to them as much, so the family settled in New Zealand. Now on number 2, her love for golf began when she was only 5 years old. When Ko was only 5, her mom made a decision that ended up defining the rest of her life. Tina Hyun decided to take her daughter to the pro shop at the Papuki Golf Club on Auckland's North Shore, where Guy Wilson became Lydia's coach and kickstarted an incredible career for the talented Ko. Since Guy Wilson was a golf professional, he served as a coach for the young Lydia and led her to immense success for as long as 11 years. Ko greatly benefited from his coaching and ended up with 5 pro titles. That was an impressive feat for the golf player because she got 4 of those when she hadn't even turned 16 yet. If that isn't impressive, we don't know what is. In an endearing interview, Wilson recalled when he first met his coachee. He said that Lydia Ko first came to meet him, she was smaller than a golf club. She was only 5 years old after all, but the coach admired how Ko now had one of the most incredible swings in the sport. Next on number 3, Ko's rise to fame. Ko became known to the world when she was only 7 years old. The media caught sight of her during New Zealand Amateur Championships in 2005. She was such a fierce player that she shot 98 and 3 rounds of 100 and just over off a 14 handicap. Naturally, people couldn't help noticing the young player. Moving on to number 4, Ko is the youngest LPGA Tour winner. Very few people claim to have been as successful as Ko from a young age. The golf player has won multiple accolades on the Ladies Professional Golf Association (LPGA) Tour. The highly competitive series of tournaments usually have many elite golfers competing against each other, so it was a big deal that a young player was able to land so much success. By the time Ko hit the age of 15, she was already the youngest winner of an LPGA Tour event. On the 26th of August 2012, she won with a score of 275, -13, at the Canadian Women's Open. Later on, when she turned 17, she became the youngest LPGA Rookie of the Year winner. With that win, she was able to beat Laura Bow, who had previously held that title when she won hers at 18. It's interesting to note that Bow was able to hold that title for 41 years. It wasn't until Ko's entry into the golf scene that she lost it. Ko, however, didn't stop her drive to succeed, and she subsequently won LPGA top 10 finishes with 17 top 10 finishes in 24 events at the age of only 18. She also won LPGA Player of the Year at the same age. This is a big deal because Nancy Lopez had previously held this title at 21 years and was the consistent holder of the title for 37 years until Ko came along. Now for number 5, she was one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people. At 17, people rarely achieve anything noteworthy, but Ko was able to land on Time Magazine's 100 most influential people. Being seen as one of the most influential people in the world on your 17th birthday has to be one of the most brag-worthy achievements. Lydia Ko remains one of the most famous teen stars in the world, and with her coverage on Time Magazine's list of 100 most influential people, she made history. Other names on the list include the former president of the United States' eldest daughter, Malia, as well as Kylie Jenner and her sister Kendall Jenner. Ko has been on the list for 2 years in a row, which sparked an increased interest in the sport from people back home in her native country, South Korea, and her current home, New Zealand. Thanks to her commitment to the sport, many young people have become warming up to the game, so Ko has been quite influential. On the magazine list, there were only 5 people from the sports world, and among them was Lydia Ko, which is an impressive feat. Since landing 4th on the world rankings after she won 5 tournaments, she landed on the highly decorated list full of big names like Barack Obama and Beyonce. Annika Sorenstrom calls Ko the leader of the sports youth movement because of her enthusiasm for golf. Moving on to number 6, she has hobbies other than golf. When someone makes their name playing a sport, it's easy to assume their hobbies revolve around the sport. But that's not the case for Ko, who enjoys other pursuits. The golfer likes playing tennis, reading as well as rock climbing. The decorated golfer also enjoys cooking, while her mother and fiancé offer her to rest up. She says she doesn't find cooking a burden and actually finds it relaxing. She may be a top-rated player worldwide, but she just like everyone else behind closed doors. People don't really spend a lot of time asking the golfer questions about her life outside of the sport she plays, so people rarely know how much Ko likes to cook. She says she likes cooking Korean food and doing things other people don't enjoy, like taking off stalks from bean sprouts. Ko enjoys it so much because it's different from golf and it relaxes her. From watching Gordon Ramsay's recipes to spending her time binging shows, she loves spending her time doing ordinary things that bring her joy. When you meet a person who has achieved as much as Ko, it is easy to let her sport consume conversations. But it's interesting to know who the person behind the titles really is. Now for number 7, Lydia Ko won LPGA's Canadian Open twice. Did you know Lydia Ko had already won LPGA's Canadian Open twice before she turned professional? The talented golfer was the top-ranked women's amateur worldwide for 130 weeks. What made this win even more noteworthy is the fact that in 43 years, no other amateur in the world had made it this far and won an LPGA. That really put Lydia Ko on everybody's radar as a formidable contestant. Later, when the golfer became a professional in 2014, Ko won 3 LPGA events and won the Rookie of the Year award. Needless to say, Ko won landslide votes and was called New Zealand's Sportswoman of the Year. She was quite the winner because she consistently won that title in 2013, 2014, and 2015. So Lydia Ko has been one hell of a golfer from day one. Next on number 8, she's got an Olympic silver medal. If winning LPGAs weren't enough, Lydia Ko went on to win a silver medal in the Olympics. And that's not all. The golfer is actually a 2-time Olympic medalist. Ko first landed a silver medal at Rio in 2016, and then later in 2020, the golfer won bronze at Tokyo. Ko was one of the first golfers to have successfully won multiple Olympic medals. After carding a 16 under par total to finish second equal, the golfer bagged a bronze after. Getting this medal added to New Zealand's final medal at the Olympic Games held in Tokyo. This made Ko's career even more impressive than it already was. With 16 wins from the LPGA Tour under her belt, she has an incredible career. Moreover, on number 9, in 2015, she was number 1. The New Zealander has a highly decorated career to date, and in 2015, she became the youngest player in both male and female categories to become the number 1 player worldwide. That's one hell of a win if you consider who held this title before her. In 1997, American golfer Tiger Woods was the youngest golfer to hold the number 1 title when he was 21. Comparatively, Sing-Ji Ye held the women's record after she became the top player at age 22. So, Lydia Ko's arrival on the golf scene was quite a surprise for everyone when she won the title at age 17. Ko says she hadn't really put any thought into her rankings because it was more about doing her best. For her, the rankings always came second. Ko's achievements not only reflected greatly on her skill, but some see her as a golf prodigy for having achieved so much at such a young age. Being number 1 worldwide for your skills at a sport is nothing small, and we'd say she retains bragging rights for a lifetime. Moving forward, on number 10, we have Ko's split from her coach when she was number 1 in the world. David Ledbetter was Lydia Ko's coach when the golfer rose to the very top, and her split from her mentor was quite controversial. Ledbetter had been coaching Ko ever since 2013 and did not take well to the parting of ways. Ledbetter believed that Ko's parents were involved in the decision, and they were directly responsible for the split. In an interview, he also mentioned that Lydia's life was dictated heavily by her parents and that they told her what to do, from what to eat to what to wear. According to the former coach, the young golfer also had to follow a practice schedule schedule laid out by her parents and had a lot of expectations resting on her shoulders. According to Ledbetter, Ko's parents expected her to be a champion in every tournament she participated in. The controversy, it seems, was made worse by the comments that followed after the split rather than the split itself. Ledbetter's remarks can be better put into perspective when you realize Ko's success began when she was just a child, so her parents' involvement in her life was only natural. That's a wrap for this video. Which fact about Lydia Ko do you find the most fascinating? Let us know in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.